In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you some combat tactics that I've picked up over countless deaths and countless hours in Escape from Tarkov that just might save your life and are applicable in almost every single fight that you get into. I'm Jessekazam, and welcome back to another Escape from Tarkov video. This is another one of our lessons from Beyond the Grave, where we take a look at some clips from my stream where I died, and we figure out what we could pull from that and learn to be better players in the future. If you like this video, think about dropping a like down below, commenting, or subscribing to the channel. All that stuff helps me out a ton, maybe more than you know, so thank you so much to those that do that. And I stream Escape from Tarkov on Twitch, and that link will be down below as well. I'd love to have you stop by and say hey. But with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive right in. So this video, we're talking about some stuff that I have been noticing as I watch other streamers who do this really well, and then noticing it in my own gameplay, so I thought it was a perfect kind of Beyond the Grave to make. So as always, what we'll do is we'll look at the clip where I die, and then we'll kind of go back and break down exactly what I'm talking about, and you guys can see how I could have maybe made it out of this situation alive. Setup here is it's early wipe. We're on customs. I've killed 2 people. My friends killed somebody. My friend has died, so there were bodies everywhere. I just finished looting, and I thought I heard somebody, and then this happened. So we'll take a look at the clip. I actually don't know where this guy is. I'm dead, bro. So that's the rough one. Early wipe deaths are the worst. They feel super rough. But we can kind of go back and break that down. So I'm looting. Once again, like we said, I've killed 2 people at this point. My friend has killed somebody. My friend is dead. So there is a 2-man, I think a solo player, us 2. At that point, I kind of cleared the area. I thought that there was enough time to loot because I didn't think anybody else would spawn over here. But I guess the other solo player did have a buddy. So I get shot at, and I immediately get to some cover, which is nice. That buys me some time. I start throwing random shots to try to either scare this guy into moving to give me time, or at least kind of like suss out where he is. I thought he was up top, and I didn't see him, so I took some time to grab a painkiller because it looks like I have a fracture here. And as I'm sprinting to cover over here, I see the muzzle flashes down below, and I see that he's kind of down there. And then as I'm like trying to heal and make sure I'm kind of ready for this fight, I hear some prone noises. Like I hear that he's down below. I know that he's prone, and I know that he's trying to get an angle. So this right here is everything that we're talking about in this video. This is something that I've noticed a lot, that people that are really good at the game do this really well. And that is, if you're in a peak and you see an enemy, taking your shot, but then immediately falling back behind cover. And there's this kind of rhythm of like peek, shoot, and move, peek, shoot, and move. Right here, my mistake was, if we roll this back, we can see that like right there, I did actually see him, like right there. That, I don't know, it might even be hard for you to see, but that right there is his head. It looked like a part of the environment because I didn't have a lot of other context of like that was his body. But then once I peeked a tiny bit more, I realized that that was a part of him. And I take a shot, and then I take a second and go for a third shot, and he ends up killing me. So in this instance, as I'm over here, I'm already so close to him, I should click my mouse button and try to like maybe drop him. But after that first shot, and even during that first shot while I click, I should be immediately moving back behind cover because he's in the advantage here of he's prone. He knew I was behind there, and he was watching this. So for all I know, he could have been looking to the left side. He could have been looking, maybe he wasn't playing it well, but you can't ever assume your enemy isn't playing it well. So at this point, I realized that I've peeked out, and he's staring right at me. So after that first shot, I should have just hooked right back into cover. And then that could have given me time to figure out what I want to do. Do I need a heal? Do I need to repop painkillers? Can I approach this from a different angle? He's prone, so if I rush him from a different angle, maybe I can catch him off guard. but instead of just kind of like trying to go for the tap, shoot, and then I'm dead. So that kind of like peek, shoot, move rhythm, I've seen a lot of people do really, really well with. It's not the insane meta jiggle peek where you're just free looking back and forth between doors. I'm actually trying to locate where this guy is. I'm actually utilizing an opportunity to maybe drop him, but not overexposing myself and then hanging in an overexposed spot. So we have another clip where like a similar thing happens in a different context. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that real quick. So if you've ever died in this spawn, you realize how frustrating that is. As I'm moving up here, I'm trying to take a look. When I spawned further back, and this radar tower spawn is always a rough place to be. So as I was moving up this direction earlier on, I was checking the radar tower to see if anybody was there. I kind of do a quick turn there to see if there's anyone standing up in here. And I thought that enough time had passed that whoever spawned there was going to have left. And I was kind of concerned with additional spawns moving up here and going for that same quick snipe, because I spawned over here. This guy obviously spawned right under the radar tower. I'm looking for him. And then oftentimes what happens is the guys that spawn on the other side come up to this hill and this radar tower, and they're looking for me. So I thought enough time had passed and I'm worried about this happening. And obviously I just immediately start to get doinked by this guy. Now we did some things right here, which is, there's a lot of nuance in Tarkov about when you're getting shot, when you have to basically just like flick, stand your ground and go for the shot because you don't have cover around you, and when you should like almost ignore the enemy and just hit to cover. He hits me in the head. I realize that there's no good cover near me, so I try to flick to him, and he has just got the advantage of a lot of cover, and the fact that he hit me in the head means my vision is blurry. So when I kind of snap to this position, it's hard to see. He could be under the radar tower. He could be in this bush. He could be behind this rock. He could be in this bush. So I'm trying to figure out where he is. This has also gotten me quite a few times where the EOTech, he's actually right here. You can see the top of his head. This has actually got me more than you think, and it might be getting you more than you think. But because of how thick these bezels are, which is once again why the PK06, one of the reasons why the PK06 is so meta, is that these thick bezels are actually hiding him. So I'm trying to figure out where he is. I'm just shooting into the bush, so trying to suppress my enemy, trying to, once again, get him scared, get him moving. But this is right there is where the mistake happens. I peek, I shoot at him, and I just kind of hold it. I hold that overexposed position instead of trying to identify cover or throw a nade or something like that. One thing I didn't account for during this fight was the fact that I'm on an incline here. So all I could have had to do, once I've kind of like forced this guy back into his hidey hole, I could have gone backwards. I could have fallen down the hill a little bit and maybe put a little bit of distance between us, and potentially broken the line of sight with him, used a tree or something, and then gotten away. Or I could have made a break for the rocks over here, which I eventually did. And then I repeat this same mistake. So I'm a little late. VLC is being weird. I'm a little late on deciding to now move away, which gives him time to basically reload or do whatever he wants to do. As I'm moving away, I realize that there's no good cover. I turn around and I'm like, oh God, there's nowhere to go. So I start making a break for these rocks. He shoots at me again. I do the same thing where I basically snap, shoot, try to connect with him, miss again, and I hold it a little bit too long. And at this point, my stamina is burned. I need painkillers. I've got a heavy bleed, and he's able to kind of pull out here and take the shot. So I definitely could have played this fight a whole lot better. Once again, it's about finding that rhythm of trying to snap to your enemy, trying to take the shot, not not giving up on the opportunity to quickly eliminate the enemy. But if you do get to suppress them a little bit, if you do get a second to fall back into cover, that is oftentimes the way to go, especially in an instance like this where I still wasn't like exactly sure where he was between my blurry vision and between the optic actually hiding him in certain instances. So if there was only one place he could have peeked from, just possible, if that was how this situation was, then maybe standing and holding and waiting for him to go for the peek and pre-firing would have been the play. But because he had that bush there, he could peek on either side of the rock. I shouldn't have just stood there and holding. You take that opportunity to identify the target, snap to them, throw some shots, and if they give you the moment to do so, back off, find cover. I was just like way too exposed there. And then the timing ended up just making that whole thing happen again, where once I did finally turn to go away, he had re-peeked and I tried to do the same thing. So I hope that this helped. Maybe identify something that you didn't know you were struggling with, or like a way to kind of name it so that you can work on this. But I've found a lot of really good players are really in a groove of that they'll snap to an enemy. They'll always take shots just in case they get a lucky shot and down the enemy, or if they're really good, if they just have really good aim, and then they'll always back off to cover. It's almost never worth just standing out in the open and hoping that you're better than them. You might be better than them, but always giving yourself the backup plan, always giving yourself the way to just quickly jet to cover is going to save your life more often than you think. So I hope that this helped. I hope that stuff like this encourages you to watch your gameplay back as well. And hopefully tactics like this can help you survive your raids and make more money and have more fun in Escape from Tarkov. Thank you so much, as always, for taking the time to check out this video. If you liked the video, think about dropping a like, commenting down below, or subscribing to the channel for more content like this. Like we said before, I stream Escape from Tarkov on Twitch. All my links will be down below. The Discord link is also down below. If you're looking for people to play with or looking for help, the Discord is an awesome place to be. We've got like 4,000 people in there, Tarkov veterans, newer players to Tarkov, and everything in between. Thank you again for stopping by, and I will definitely see y'all on the next one.